Barack Obama's support surging since his victory in Iowa. Obama now leading Hillary Clinton by an average in the polls of 8 points, 37 to 29%. But as Clinton vows a long fight, it's starting to feel as if many in the inside Washington media are spreading the fever, prematurely delivering Clinton's eulogy. Despite impressive rallies in New Hampshire, they're suddenly savoring Obama's every word, celebrating every detail of his rallies, possibly creating a self-fulfilling prophecy. Barack Obama, the Democratic nominee. The Washington Post headline, quote, "The clock ticking as Clinton struggles to rewrite script." If you turned on any news channel today, you'd hear political analysts and insiders discussing the end of Clinton's run, if she might pull out of the race, and when. This is about a candidate who nationally, at worst, is running even with Obama. Now, that's not to detract from the success of the Obama campaign. Winning Iowa was a big deal. In this day and age, it may mean more than ever before. And now, an issue that had held Obama back, the amorphous, quote, electability, may not be the same kind of concern. Obama's run a really good campaign, and Clinton has had some missteps. But it sure feels like a close game being called in the third inning by some in a political establishment media, possibly bored with the Clintons and Hillary in particular. It's just a more interesting story, with Obama suddenly taking over the lead. It seems to be wearing on Clinton, who became emotional while campaigning in New Hampshire today.
I have so many opportunities from this country. I just don't want to see us fall backwards. You know, so, you know, this is very personal for me. It's not just political. It's not just public. I see what's happening, and we have to reverse it.
So is this a premature eulogy? Here to talk about it, MSNBC political analyst Pat Buchanan, who won the New Hampshire primary. He is there tonight. Rachel Maddow from Air America Radio and editor of the Huffington Post, Roy Sekoff. All right, thanks to all of you for coming on. Appreciate it. All right, Rachel, am I being unfair here to the Washington media?
No, it's interesting. I'm not a Clinton partisan. If you had to put me in her camp or out of it, you put me out of it. But in doing media appearances talking about politics, I have become somebody who praises Hillary Clinton, if only because I feel like I'm up against this scrum against her. I feel like, as a person who's not inclined toward Hillary Clinton's politics, I feel like somebody needs to defend her because it's such an onslaught of attacks on her.
Now, Pat, I know you're going to tell me the Obama fever is real, and I believe you on that. And look, you're there on the ground, you're seeing it, but I'm also talking to the folks who are going to these Hillary Clinton campaigns, and they're saying they're still getting big turnouts, they're still getting passionate people who are supporting Hillary, and all you heard today was Obama's getting all the passion at the rallies, and Hillary's finished.
You know, look, Dan, the media are always at your feet or at your throat. Hillary Clinton has clearly slipped. It does look like her career, if she wishes to be president, is in really mortal danger. And there's a pile on. And it is ugly, and it's unattractive to me. I'm not a Hillary partisan. But one of the worst things I like about politics is the piling on of somebody when they're slipping or when they're down. And that's what you're seeing with Hillary Clinton tonight, and you're seeing all these people rushing and canonizing Barack Obama.
Yeah.
Let me tell you, Barack Obama may win this in the next 5 weeks, and he's really got tremendous momentum, but then they'll turn around and rip him up too. And frankly, it is unattractive and it's rather ugly. Look, I've seen it all my life when people are doing well and in their people are lying at their feet, and all of a sudden they're at
Roy,
their
look,
throat.
I'm very often the one defending the media on this stuff, and I'm not blaming all the media here. But boy, if you turned on a television set today, if you read the headlines this morning, it sounds like Bill Clinton is right when he only moments ago described it as press hysteria.
I think trying to blame the media is like saying that the failure of New Coke was because the guy who delivered it. The bottom line is the product's not selling. It's not the media. They're just rejecting the message.
But when 70% of the public is getting their information on politics from television still, how can you separate out the idea that it's not selling from who's selling it or why it's not selling?
Hillary Clinton has had ample opportunity. There's been over 20 debates. She's had plenty of money. She's put her ads out there. It wasn't the media that on Saturday night at the debate made a rousing and passionate defense of not dreaming, of not being inspired.
But do you really believe that's
not a message the American people want to hear?
That's why Obama has risen so much in the polls so quickly. You're going to tell me it's because of one speech?
No, I'm telling you it's the totality of it. What it is Bill and Hillary went to Iowa and they got their message out, and the message was, hey, you remember us, you know us, and the people went, yeah, we do remember you, and that's not what we want. We want something different, and that's why it's happening.
Roy, I don't think that you're totally wrong here. I think if Hillary Clinton were cleaning up, that would be obvious. That's clearly not happening. But I was in New Hampshire this weekend. I know that Hillary Clinton and Barack Obama were turning out similar-sized crowds at a lot of their events, and so it's not patently obvious. It's not a factual thing that's necessarily being reported.
I don't believe that it's the message, though. I mean, Pat, I just don't accept that it's purely message. It would be great if our political system worked that way, if it was all about what the message is. But the bottom line is the messenger matters, A, and B, it's also about trends. It's about who the latest person was. And the bottom line is Barack Obama has suddenly become the darling of the media.
Right. You know, Dan, look, this is exactly what was predicted when we said if he wins Iowa, he will get this momentum. What that means is the press will all start moving to him in a giant herd. And that's what they're doing. It is a herd moving, canonizing Obama, and Hillary is yesterday, and they're all piling on. And quite frankly, it's a natural phenomenon.
Let me ask you this.
It's a natural and predictable phenomenon. But it's not attractive.
All right, let me ask you this question, Rachel. I think part of it may be a disdain by the media of the Clinton staffers. Meaning, if you talk to people who are there, they will tell you that the organizations that are most disrespectful to the press are often the Clinton staffers and the Giuliani staffers. And lo and behold, Clinton and Giuliani are not doing so well these days, in particular in the media.
That may be part of it. That may be kind of like the inside baseball part of it. I mean, I think we're also seeing, too, is a very obvious thing, which is that it's very easy to tell the story of Hillary Clinton, whatever the story of the day is, because Hillary's a very familiar character, and so that's something that people don't need to research about. Telling Barack Obama's story is a new story that's harder to do, and so anytime there's something to say about Hillary Clinton, everybody does it as a herd.
Here's something that Bill Clinton said, all right, today, and he made a joke, and suddenly this became to some a symbol of how panicked the Hillary Clinton campaign was. Listen.
I can't make her younger, taller, male. There's lots of things I can't do, but if you want a president and you need one, she would be by far the best.
You know, Pat, all day you heard people today talking about, oh, that shows the panic, the Hillary Clinton campaign. It was a little joke that Bill Clinton is making that's being totally taken out of context.
Well, look, what is happening here is, look, there's a pre-story that exists in the minds of reporters. Before the primaries, Hillary was invincible, the cool, calm customer. She never made a mistake. It was a machine. And all of a sudden, Barack Obama does exceedingly well in Iowa. And the new story is, Barack Obama, he's headed for the presidency. It is historic. It's world. It's a world important.
It's a better story.
And they all jump on this. And Hillary is yesterday, and the Clintons are finished. That's the story in their minds. And so you run around looking for evidence to prove the point, and you can find it. You can just pick out items to fill in the preconceived story, and that's what's going on.
Go ahead, Roy.
And it's very, I mean, look, as a practical matter, it's a real problem for Mrs. Clinton.
All right, Roy, go ahead.
Yeah, Dan, it is a sexier story, but it's not. You're giving the media, I think, too much credit. It's not the media that's going out there saying that if you don't elect me, we're going to have a terrorist attack. That's Hillary Clinton. I mean, you know, she's the one going out there and saying that it's not enough to be Martin Luther King. You have to have Lyndon Johnson be the realist. That's the problem.
But no, that's not the problem. I mean, look, that's a fair issue to debate and discuss. Is do you want someone who voices it the way Hillary Clinton does? You don't. Others might. But I'm not convinced that. Are you going to tell me that suddenly people are realizing, hey, there's a difference between Hillary Clinton and Barack Obama? Because you know what? Neither of their positions have changed on anything, Roy, in the last week.
No, but of course, people pay a lot more attention. I mean, that's what's happening now. People are focusing more on it, and they're paying more attention. And I think Hillary is going all around trying to find the right message, find the right attack. She's throwing everything at
Rachel,
him.
let's say Hillary gets trounced in New Hampshire and then trounced in South Carolina. Could she then change the story to the comeback kid and say, you know what? Hey, wait a sec. And totally change everything around?
That's the only choice she'll have at that point. She's no longer inevitable at that point, that's for sure. She's going to have to run as the insurgent candidate, and I think you will see her try to really raise some energy around the fact that she would be the first woman president in a way she has not been talking about a lot on the campaign.
10 seconds, Pat.
Look, I agree. I think she's going to have to change the narrative, if you will. If she loses in today or tomorrow and loses it down in South Carolina, she's got to change it back to her on the offensive, going on the attack, filling in the blanks on Obama, and the press will say, hey, it's moving, the herd's moving in another direction.
Quick predictions. All right, I'm going to ask you by how many percentage points you think that Barack Obama is going to win New Hampshire, because I think everyone thinks he's going to win. How many points do you think?
4.
Pat?
10.
Roy?
I give it a 9, and that's very personal to me.
Yeah. All right. I'm going to go with 7, because I think it's going to be a little bit less than people are now speculating. All right. Roy Sekoff, thanks a lot for coming on the program. Appreciate it.
Thanks a lot, Dan.
Pat and Rachel are going to stick around. Coming up next.